What is up? Welcome to Something's Wrong Here. This is our first episode, but we're going to do things a little bit different this time. What we're going to do is we're just going to...
This is our first episode, part 3.
Yeah, first episode, part 3. So this is
Five.
fifth time recording it.
Fifth time's a charm.
Right? So we
Chaos
are going
Theory, iteration 3.
Yeah, exactly. So what we're going to do is we are going to just do an intro. This isn't going to be our normal format. We're going to just kind of answer some questions that we've had along the way, kind of talk about it a bit. So if you want to hear our normal format, go ahead and jump to episode 2. This and episode 2 will be releasing the same day. Episode 2 will be our normal format. And if you have something to say to us...
Who are you?
Well, I'm Randy.
There we go.
And...
You'll find where to talk to us.
I will.
Certainly.
If you have anything to say to us, want to roast us, want to talk about us, go ahead and send us an email.
Please roast us.
Please. We might even read some of the good ones right back.
We might even
online.
clap back.
We might do that too. So you can get a hold of us at swhpcast@gmail.com or somethingswrongherepodcast@gmail.com. Hit the like, subscribe. If you can download the episodes, that really helps the algorithm, keeps us doing what we're doing. I promise we're going to be doing some good things for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm going to introduce my co-host, Kenzie. How you doing tonight, bud?
Terrified.
Terrified.
Ah, damn it.
It's a good way to describe it.
I got to get through the first 10 minutes and go from there.
Yeah.
Sounds
Terrified.
And the other co-host here with me is Brian. How you doing, bud?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. I'm ready to get started. I'm ready.
We are across the perspective
I'm ready
spectrum.
for the 5th iteration.
Did you get your run in today?
I did. It was quite hot, but I did.
I believe it.
I bet you were moist when you were done.
Mac, I'm always... Kenzie, I'm always moist.
Always.
Always.
So we broke the cardinal rule. We've already said moist
Amazing.
like 5 times.
Yeah.
We'll get back to that. We'll come back to it.
You know, I've seen people smile.
Yeah.
And I've seen people run.
Yeah.
I've just never seen two
I
people.
smile a lot when I run.
I've never seen them do it at the same time, and that tells me pretty much all.
Though if it's over 90 degrees, I mean, let's be honest, the likelihood of the smile does diminish a bit.
Okay, I got to be honest. If I saw you smiling and running
Yeah.
in my neighborhood,
Oh, yeah.
I would call 911
Oh, I'm coming.
and tell them that a suspect ran down the sidewalk. It looked like he was enjoying running. I would call 911 on you.
I hear that a lot.
I would dial 816 first to make sure there's no misunderstanding, but I would clarify 816 911. There's a fucking suspect running down my sidewalk.
And if you ever see me running down the sidewalk, run after me and kill whatever's chasing me.
It's like,
Right.
Yeah, take it out.
Or better advice, not to be rude, run faster than you and let you die.
that's a common.
That is a way to get out of the situation for sure. But
All right, who are you?
I am Randy, and let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about Something's Wrong Here, and how this all came to fruition. So about 2 years ago, I bought some recording equipment, and I'm not gonna lie, it sat there for 2 years. It just sat there. Had a lot of ideas, had a lot of drive, but just couldn't put it all together to get it done.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I reached out to some people and nothing felt right. I had reached out to Kinsey, and I knew the timing probably wasn't right for him, and I was right. But, one day, just get this random text message that says, "Hey, I think I have something to say." I said, "Okay, yeah, let's talk about it." So we started talking about it, and his number one rule was, we have to use this to give back if possible. So I started thinking about it. I said, all right, that's a good recipe for a podcast. 2 parts giving back, 1 part fun,
Yeah.
just a little bit of sprinkle on top of narcissism that I believe somebody really wants to hear what I have to say.
Yeah.
So
I identify with that.
it was that perfect little recipe that I'm like,
Whoops.
all right, let's do the damn thing.
Yeah.
So, and that's what really motivated me too, is that when he came to me, he says, I'll do it. I have a lot to say, I think. I want to say stuff, but we have to use it to give back. It doesn't matter if we make $10 or if we make $1 million.
You want to know where that came from?
I don't. I mean, I do want to know. I don't know where it came from.
A great person once said, "We will give till it hurts."
And who was that great person that said that?
Names aren't important, are they?
Yeah.
Eh, they are.
It's all relative.
It is. So
Thank you.
You know, and then we started doing it. Let's practice. Let's have a little practice with this. So Brian shows up. Max says, "I got this guy. You know him," which we've had some conversations before.
Yeah.
Never anything in depth.
Yeah.
We started talking and stuff, and it's like, all right, yeah, I can see where this could work out. And the conversations kept getting better and better, and the dialect got better. And so here we are, all three of us, and you know, that's how it all came together. So Brian, what you got?
I'll probably stay fairly brief with this. I have
Not going into Johnny Carson.
try not to.
That was in the first 2 blooper
For
episodes.
reference, Johnny Carson was a talk show host from the 60s.
Great
70s,
fella.
80s. So
A very good talk show host.
he's a great talker.
I don't know him as a personal.
He could certainly open up guests.
My 100-year-old grandma watched him in her teens.
And she
Sorry to interrupt. This is Sorry Where I Suck.
Yeah, it's
Brian,
okay.
who are you? Who
No,
are
it's
you?
okay. I mean, to make a possibly long story fairly brief, is that I've watched the world of podcasting, the world of recorded long form conversation for the last 4 or 5 years, and because of my attraction to that medium from things older than that. I saw this amazing value, and as our society shifted away from depth and became more shallow and more what's the good word to say? Interested in like materialist interests, maybe short attention span.
Yeah.
We really can absorb things, but it has to be in short chunks. And I know this. There are still people that are looking for something with a little bit of depth.
Well, you can kind of tell from the popularity and the rise of podcasts in the past 5 years, let's say.
Yeah.
More so the last 2 years. I mean, if you have a name...
I mean, they're almost like the Olympic diagram, the Olympic rings Venn diagrammed across every year.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
For sure.
Every person that is relevant in pop society right now has a podcast, and it is a long form conversation.
Yeah.
It's not the 7-second TikToks. It's that long.
Wait,
form
you can't get everything you need to know in a 7-second TikTok?
I suppose. So it'll take a lot of.
I mean, that's where I get my news from.
It'll take a lot of TikTok. Just saying. But in any case, like I said, I know I didn't know Randy as well, but we'd had conversations which were good. Everything was fine. But when my fine side of the table buddy Ken Z said, "Hey man, what do you think about coming down, sitting down and talk with us?" And we talked about potential topics. We talked about potential things, and as I like the idea very much, that our idea was to present different perspectives. And
Absolutely.
I
That's what
think
this is all about.
I think that bringing a varied amount of life experience to the table, a varied amount of age and experience, these all contribute to potentially interesting, fulfilling, just flat out enjoyable conversations. I know they're that for me.
Mm-hmm.
I have faith that there may not be a ton, but somebody's interested in listening. If we're going to make some inroads and think some things through and come up with some revelatory ideas, you know what? I think it's good for me personally to be there to try to make it better and to make it as good as I can help do it.
Glad to have you here.
Me.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
glad to
That
have
was
you
a
too,
good
buddy.
perspective. on it
Honestly,
all.
the running into you and the 30 seconds that we had while you were having to leave and I was just showing up, and the ability to in 30 seconds expand it to 2 minutes is a Midwest goodbye and say, hey, we should talk about this more, and clearly you were piqued and I was piqued, and I feel like it went instantly from there.
Yeah.
And I feel like Randy was like, well, let's see. Okay, we're good.
Wide open, baby.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, if you feel like you're the smartest one in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah.
And I think we all bring a different perspective of life. We come from different backgrounds, different careers, a little bit of pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Except for like race.
Well, there's that.
I'll address that elephant in the room if need be.
Yeah, there is that.
We are a 3 white guy podcast. Like, we are just that.
3 white guys that like beer and hang out and just say what we're thinking.
It's pretty simple.
And the truth of it,
Pretty simple, yeah.
we would love to talk to people of every color, race, origin, and get their perspectives and talk to them about it.
Amen.
And we will. We
Amen.
are. We've already working on lining
We're working
that up.
on it.
It's all in the works. So, like I said, this is just an intro. We're gonna have our real formatted episodes. We're gonna drop our first one with this.
November 2027, I believe. Was that the date you said? We're going to be ready to go November 2020. 30.
Is our
X47.
fail safe date.
Is that a caliber or a year at this point?
Pretty sure we can probably make that date. I think so.
I think we're pushing it, but we have done quite a few practice episodes just to sit here and talk, work through the formats, and I'm not going to lie. I think Murphy's Law is definitely across the table for me because I have messed up one thing every single episode.
Oh yeah.
I think we all have.
Remember, man.
We are recording,
Again, this is the
so that's
third
good.
one.
Perfection not attainable, right?
Are we still recording?
We are recording.
I think so. That's good. That's a good sign.
That's a good sign because there's been 3 times where we weren't quite recording.
This is a good omen. Starting good.
So, Kinsey, close us out here on the intro.
Kinsey.
I suck. We stumble here. This is my fault in a way, and I'll own it. I'm Kinsey. It's supposed to be rhyming with Gen Z. I'm a millennial. Makes sense. I identify as a dumbass frugivore, stumbling Earth's crust and often proving gravity's existence by falling on my face, like our first attempt at recording this intro episode of this podcast. To everyone who's reached out, thank you. I do genuinely appreciate it. Just know, I'm not leaving anywhere. I'm not leaving anything. I appreciate your caring. This is just simply writing a new chapter that ties some shit together. This whole concept for me is stupid. It's therapeutic. This shit is a lot cheaper than therapy that it costs.
Very true.
I'm comfortably broke. It is what it is. I joined this podcast, and in the blink of an evolved eye, I made it difficult. To those around me, I apologize.
Yeah.
I dream big. It is what it is. I was taught to do so by some cool boomers. The weird thing is I've built some of these dreams and really want to see this turn into another one, fueled by stupidity, ambition, and what is objectively right to the 3 of us.
Yeah.
I will stop with the personal, and now we will go to the relatable. I am here to prove that $100, my brain and a level of grit, and only my type 2 fun havers will understand. This is the ability to turn into tens of thousands of dollars for a better cause because I thought of a funny beer chugging video. Because people need context, we're shooting for the stars and maybe we'll hit the moon. We're doing it to donate to the veterans of this country at the exact moment in time. That's the start for me. The same people who serve this damn country and come back for reintegration. How many veterans deserve what they get when they come back here? Physically, mentally, emotionally.
100%.
It is impossible. I am willing to bet everything I have. It is impossible for any human to look me in the eyes and tell me that this is the best we can do for people.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to clarify, I have no military background. I've had to argue this point with people. I have no military background. Inspiration is weird, but to the next person who calls me an asshole outside of Taps on Main for feeding a homeless veteran wearing a Vietnam vet hat, who clarifies that they don't need money for drugs, but they're hungry,
Legit.
I will fucking drop you. I can't serve my country at the age that I am, but I will give you what you deserve.
Excuse me.
Yeah, nice timing.
Perfect. Clip that.
I'm just one of those people who's not good with getting called an asshole for doing something
Yeah.
what I thought was right.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are.
Yeah.
So
Shouldn't be, probably.
to the third part of my scripted paragraph because I can't do a podcast, free-brained. Some people can spend $10,000 relative to other people's $27.
Free brained. That's I like that idea. That's a good idea.
Wasn't that a song by Leonard Skinner?
Free bird.
That's free bird.
Oh yeah, free-brained.
Free bread.
Free brained is a
Free derb. Is that dipper? Free
I mean,
dipper?
that sounds like some merch. A shirt, free brained.
Bird is the word. Some people can spend $10,000 relative to other people's $27. I am not here to fight capitalism, the money involved, any of that, because I'm part of it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to offer my perspective about it and what I think matters. I'd also like to ask some cool people what they think matters.
Yeah, absolutely.
If this thing works, hear this. I will put my money where my mouth is to maintain my personal balance, selfishly. Fuck you both.
Well, you gotta do it, man. I gotta take care of you.
My dream is for this podcast to be a newfound Make-A-Wish, balling on a budget shoestring budget. We are 3 people who have everything that we need, and we are aware of it. We lose sight of it just as everyone else does because we are human.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We are people. For me personally, this is a new creative. It will serve and help others get what they deserve, because words are tough to me. Follow me for more life hacks.
I'd like to offer one piece of feedback on the second to last sentence you said, where you said words are hard for you.
Yeah.
Do you honestly mean that?
I think expressing words without really putting them pen to paper for me is incredibly difficult.
Okay.
And on the fly, I think everyone mixes words up no matter what they are trying to say. And the reason that I say that is I would challenge anyone, any human on earth that goes 24 hours, one day,
Yeah.
without a single instance of miscommunication.
Oh yeah, of course. I just like to ask because I really
I don't think you can.
If there's one thing that Ken Z is never short on when it comes to our dialogue, ever, written, text, person, never short on words.
No, he's not short on correcting
Hey, Brian.
grammar either.
He's not short on height either. That's his funny thing.
Brian, would you like to
it's
introduce
tough.
the elephant in the room? Mac?
There's Mac.
Love
Since
this.
you brought up Mac,
this guy.
let's talk about Mac. Mac has dropped.
Fucking idiot.
Mac's a fucking idiot. He dropped his brain. That's how we feel about a few people in this world, but
Dude,
not
that's
all.
okay though.
Not all.
It's not an overarching thing.
No, this is our mascot Mac, and he dropped his brain.
So, roast him and associate it with the podcast, and we will address it.
Roast us
Roast us individually. We will address
individually.
it.
Tell us how awful we are. Tell us how good we are. We don't care. Hit us up. swhpcast@gmail.com. Something's wrong here. Podcast@gmail.com. This is a Broken Reel Media podcast, and we're out. Check out our second episode. It will be well, let's put it this way. Let's try not to get canceled in the second episode.
We won't be canceled. We'll be pivoted, if anything.
We'll be pivoted.
We'll be versatile. We'll be very flexible in our alignment.
We will
Trajectory.
say this. We will be very active with our commentary.
We will.
We will be very active with our interactions, and we encourage questions.
Yeah, we
encourage questions. We love roasts. They're funny.
Yeah.
Please try your best to hit us. We might clap back. Questions are fun. Questions are fun.
If you have an
Because-
idea, if you want to hear a topic covered too, let us know.
Bring it.
And we are out.
Wow, that was fucking tough, and you talked during this one.
Dude, I fucking suck.